We all know the saying, an eye for an eye, but usually it's just a euphemism. But not for this Oklahoma daycare worker. Say you what? When a child in her care bit another child, she decided to teach that child a lesson. The daycare worker bit him right back. Couple problems here. Probably not the right thing to do.
No.
Second part, the child was 11 months old. So this is a 32-year-old biting an 11-month-old, and this did not go great. She admitted to police she bit the child, explained she was teaching him a lesson after he bit another child in the class. The bite left a bruise, apparently did not break the skin.
So more like a hickey.
More like a hickey.
Correct.
The problem is the child's mother also works at the daycare. That's why the police were called.
Yes.
And, you know, she was arrested, charged with abuse.
Hauled away by the police, charged with abuse, lost her job.
All of that.
As it should be.
I agree. I mean, I feel as though, like, children, they experiment, right? They come into the world, everything is an adventure. And they say, should I touch fire? I don't know, maybe. Should I eat the soap? It might be delicious. Should I bite somebody? Oh, they might not mind. They might like it. Sometimes children are just experimenting. Now, I know you don't want to be a parent and be told that your child got a bite at school. And so in those instances, I do think that you correct the child. So I think there's that. But then on the other side of things, sometimes kids are teething, or they're angry, they're frustrated, but they can't communicate. They really want to say, you know what, I'm having a hard day today, Deborah. Can you give me a hug? But they can't say that, so they cry. And in those instances, once again, they cry or they bite people, but you correct them, but then you go and you pick them up and you let them cry and you hug them and you love on them a little bit. You don't bite them. You're a 32 grown woman. You know better than to bite a child.
Let me play devil's advocate, because everyone needs a defense attorney.
Okay.
Your Honor, my client was just doing the best she could, and in fact, she wasn't even meaning to bite, was just imitating how it was an unpleasant experience, did not break the skin. This was all blown out of proportion, but now my client has lost her job, she's been arrested, she's been charged with abuse, and I'm only saying that because I want to believe that she did not do this with malice. I want to believe that she just made a terrible decision, is probably not the appropriate person to be working at daycare. So this is wrong, it is terrible, but I do, like, how far do you take this abuse charge is my question. Like, does this land her in jail for an extended period of time? I don't know the answer to that.
Well, thank you for your argument.
I know it. Look, I know it's a losing argument. There's nothing, but I would like to believe that this was not intentional abuse, that it was just literally a terrible, which is terrible.
Yeah, but she was trying to do the right thing. If she didn't have a history of doing outlandish things like this and abusive things and with her own...
But that's another thing, though. I don't know.
The whole thing's bad.
I agree. If she decided to do that, I don't think she showed up on, like, that Monday and she was just doing nothing. And on Tuesday, she said, I'm going to teach this child a lesson by biting them. I think maybe she made some additional poor decisions along the way and she just got caught with this one?
Probably. You know, hopefully she learned her lesson. Hopefully she will never do this to another kid ever again. But what you're saying is she shouldn't call me to be her defense attorney because I lost the case?
She should not. You did lose the case. But I do want to say it's scary for parents to send their child to daycare, especially when their child can't come home and tell them exactly what happened. So I want to shout out the kind and patient daycare workers out there, because there are a lot of them out there. And
100%.
This doesn't happen all the time, but yeah, your client needs another line of work and she needs to be held accountable.
That is happening. That is happening.
Parents should know their daycare workers.
You know what? Not everyone should be a daycare worker.
No.